Well, hello there. How are you? It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I am so grateful that you're here. So, welcome in. Today is day 6 of our 30-day challenge. I hope you're enjoying it. We'll start off with the daily reading, and then we'll go into the challenge activity afterwards if you'd like to stick around. So, let's see what Spirit has for you today. Yeah, you deserve to be seen. Let yourself be known. Okay, so that is so interesting because yesterday the message was really strong that you're on the right path and that, the divine was working behind the scenes to help the people, right? Your future audience, your future romantic partner, whoever you are looking for to join you on your path is on the way, okay? But it's about keeping faith, staying the course, right? Staying strong in who you are, shining your loving light, right? And keep on keeping on. It was a strong message of you're doing okay. No big change needs to be seen, or you don't have to take any big change. Now, today, it's not really about changing anything, except that it is let yourself be known. You deserve to be seen, right? This is a little bit of the energy of allowing yourself to shine your light, standing where you are at this moment. Once again, you don't have to make any big changes, but allowing yourself to really and truly share your loving light with the world, standing right where you are, right? Because yesterday it was kind of like you're a beacon. You're sending out signals so that they can find you. It's not like you have to go find them. You're standing still, like you're as if you're lost in a forest, right? And when you're lost in a forest, they say don't wander around, just stay there, and the rescuers will find you. Well, in this case, it's the people that are going to love what you have to share with them, whether it's a spiritual gift, a creative ability, some business that you're trying to start, right? Or if it's a romantic partner, allowing them to find you. Yeah, resilience. Resilience is your source to strength and challenges. We actually had the same card yesterday. So it is allowing you to know that you have to stay resilient in this. I think it's so interesting because we've had the King and Queen of Wands coming out a lot lately. And this reminds me of the Queen of Wands in the deck that I use the most and love. She's holding a sunflower, right? And this is very reminiscent of that. Allowing yourself, look, it's a planted flower. It's staying exactly where it is. It's just shining its light. That is the strong message. And then we have relax. I choose to relax and not fill my mind with the worry as that creates stress. Yeah, a beautiful message. The same type of message, not to worry. Things are going to turn around. Keep the faith, right? I feel like, sometimes that is hard, that the energies right now are just so chaotic. And understanding that part of it is allowing yourself to keep the faith that you are on the right path and to allow yourself to keep doing what you are doing. You don't have to change, right? If you want to, you can be learning new things. You can, kind of like I am right here with this channel, right? I'm experimenting. I'm trying some new things. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's kind of like allowing yourself to say, instead of, let's take my YouTube channel. Instead, if I say, oh, it's not working on YouTube, I'm going to jump onto Instagram. It's kind of like, no, just stay where you are, because the divine is helping the people, the situations that you need to come to you. Wow. And I can't believe this. 2 of the cards that we had yesterday are popping out. So it is definitely a strong message. Yesterday's message was just so strong. The sense of abundance and new beginnings are coming your way. Yeah, it's really about staying where you are and really allowing your passion to grow. The whole thing that we're doing with that 30-day challenge is the inner child work, right? One of the things that we're practicing is doing an activity every single day for just 5 to 15 minutes of something that you enjoyed as a child. So many of you have written me and said, wow, I'm feeling reinvigorated, right? Because we're allowing ourselves to play. And that's the thing. Instead of running around trying to figure out, how can I change this? How can I get more of what it is that I'm wanting? It's kind of like, no, I'm going to stay where I am, and instead focus my time and energy on playing, resparking my passion. See, that's the passion card. Yes, because there is this energy of allowing yourself to kind of like stay in place, be that lighthouse, be that beacon, allowing other people to find you instead of feeling like you have to go out and find them. And once again, it doesn't matter if you're looking for your soul tribe or whatever it is. I feel like a lot of you, this is kind of like a business, or maybe specifically a spiritual business, because with that King of Wands that is coming out so strongly, that is a spiritual teacher, healer. So you could be wanting to share your spiritual gifts in some way. Okay, so let's take a look at what is going on the present moment. Okay, so the abundance, and I'm going to say those hot air balloons. Remember yesterday, it was the message that was coming through is that we have to get in our hot air balloon. And it was in the Gemini reading that came out. I went back and checked. So if you have strong Gemini placement, you may want to watch that bonus reading. So it's about staying in your hot air balloon, right? And rising above all the conflict and the fray that is going on the earth right now. Allowing yourself to say, hey, look I'm up here. I'm calm. I'm stress-free, right? And we have the relaxed card. I'm not running around like a chicken with my head cut off, saying the world is ending. Look at me. I'm holding light. I'm holding loving light for the world. And I feel like there is something about that, because if you think about it, when we see a hot air balloon up in the sky, right? It's kind of like everybody's like, oh my gosh, look at that, right? That is the energy you are holding. All you have to be is yourself. You don't have to be anything different than who you authentically are. You don't have to change anything about you. You don't have to change anything about what you're doing. If you're wanting to embrace some of your passions and expand in what you're doing right now, spending more time and energy creating new from what you already have, that's fine. Right? But it's about allowing yourself to rise above the fray and allow yourself to be a beacon for other people. I feel like there's this sense, I need to go on a journey, but understanding if you go on a journey, you're actually going to break your own heart. There is this sense of just allowing yourself. I feel like you want to go on a journey because you're like, well, I'm standing here. I mean, I can hear you. And I even admitted yesterday, it's kind of like, oh, I'm resonating with this, right? It's kind of like, stand strong. Keep sending out your message in the most loving way that you can. And no, people are trying to journey to you. That is the message, okay? And we now have it 2 days in a row. Now, the other big message that we've had is that it is time to play, okay? And by playing, allowing ourselves to get back into those activities we enjoyed as a child allows us to reconnect to our own creativity, to our own passions, okay? So that we can tap into our intuition. When we are doing activities that we enjoy, okay, and not for work, right? Not to make money on or anything like that, but just kind of like getting into the enjoyment of those activities where we can kind of like lose ourselves in it. That's when Spirit can send you those messages about any changes they are going to want you to make once that time comes, right? Because I feel like there is something here. Yeah, you have third chakra and the 10 of cups. There's something here where I feel like perhaps you're having a little bit of a shift in your third chakra is your core values. of what it is that you really and truly want. So part of it is this journey of the inner child that we have been kind of going on through these messages, is the idea, right, that when we were children, sometimes we abandoned our own inner child, our own part of ourselves, in order to survive in the environment we were in, right? Whether that's at home, at school, in our neighborhood, whatever, in order to fit in. We're humans and we're social. So it's kind of like we have to fit in the tribe in order to survive until we get old enough that we can survive on our own. And I feel like this is kind of allowing you to sit back and say, okay, how am I abandoning my own inner child, right? Because we had that strong message the other day that if you're saying, I don't have time to do activities that I used to enjoy as a child, even 5 minutes, that's just ridiculous, right? It's kind of like understanding. Did you hear that as a child? I don't have time for you. This is you reconnecting to your inner child, because there's something beautiful. We have beauty here. There's something beautiful about, I'm getting this sense of pure innocence in what it is that you really and truly want in this world. It may not mean that it's something that is specifically material world driven. Instead, it's this sense of unconditional love. That's what it is. Wow. It's just unconditional love. And moving, having your values changing, that it's not about what you own, but it's about how you're sharing yourself, your loving light with others, and how you are allowing yourself to receive unconditional love from other people. Remembering that the first step is to unconditionally love ourselves, right? If we don't believe we're lovable, right? If we don't treat ourselves in a loving way, then there's no way, right? We can attract in that pure love from other people. The first step is to love ourselves. So I love the advice here today, right? You do have new beginnings. And it was so funny because in the challenge part yesterday, we talked about how there's balloons in both of those. We have both of these cards yesterday. There's new beginnings. And I feel like right now you could be a little bit anxious about, can I make money? I think there's a mind shift, and maybe that is why your spirit is coming in loud and clear that you don't have to change, that it's about just standing still and shining your light as brightly as you possibly can where you are, doing what you love to do, right? Reconnecting with your own inner child, reconnecting with your creativity, reconnecting to loving yourself and loving what you're putting out in this pure, almost innocent way, because by doing that, you're going to allow yourself to let go or start to release the anxiety around, but can I make money on it, right? Is it going to support me financially? Because when we can heal this energy and we can get back into the energy of just creating for the joy of creating. And I know we live in the 3D. I understand we all have to pay the bills, but I think what they're wanting you to do right now is to really try to focus, carve out some time every day where you allow the anxiety about your worthiness of being able to share your gifts, okay? Your worthiness of being able to create financial stability for yourself with your gifts. It's almost, yeah, because we have the 5 of Pentacles here. Yeah, I love this. It's understanding, okay, that there is a new beginning. And we have the Lover's card and the 10 of Cups, right? Both of these are about making choices that are really in alignment with what your heart really and truly, your soul is desiring to have, instead of feeling, this is an energy of toxic energies around your worthiness as a magician to create what it is that you really and truly want. 10 of Cups, I think it's interesting. We have financial constraints again, just a sense that you feel like you're not worthy enough. And I think that that's what they're wanting you to do right now, is to understand that what you are doing, what you are trying to put out there, what the way you are trying to shine your light, and I'm trying to find that card again, to the way that you're trying to share your light, right? It's going to take a little resilience right now. They need a little bit more time for your audience, your clients, your followers, your tribe, your romantic partner to come to you. They're maybe still waking up. Maybe they're having to get some things in their life kind of straightened out, but they're on the way. And it's not to fall into this, well, it's not working. I'm not, these people aren't coming in, so I'm obviously not good enough at it. And they're saying, no, you are good enough at it. In fact, you are going to manifest everything that you really and truly want. There is a new beginning coming. You do have a bright new beginning coming. So it's about focusing your energy, getting excited about that new beginning, about when these people start showing up, and conserving. Some of it is conserving your energy. Once again, they're showing me that the scene of, being lost in the woods. I took this little survival course once, and one of the things that they said was, if you're lost in the woods, the first thing you should do is hug a tree, right? Because it calms you. Spend time in nature. Go hug a tree. I've shared with you before, I have a tree in my neighborhood that's not mine, but it's my favorite tree to hug, right? Allowing yourself to reconnect to nature, to those things that you really enjoy while you're going through this anxious period. They are recognizing that you may be anxious about, how is this going to play out? They're letting you know it's going to play out, and they're protecting you at this time. They're allowing you to have a little bit of extra time on your hands, maybe, in order to really delve into your passion and to really reconnect to who you are and how you want to share your loving light with the world, your spiritual gifts, your creative abilities. Not to worry. This busy season is on its way. All right, so let's pull a soul truth card for you. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. All right, so let's see what we have here. What can I do to make a difference? Yeah, I feel like this is a beautiful card. I'll read the back. What keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, such that every ounce of you screams no more? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Okay, it's not your pain. That's the strong message I'm getting. It's understanding that there are so many people on the earth right now that are feeling lost and confused, caught up in the chaotic energy. You have the ability, even if you are anxious at times, right? And I think it's kind of hard. I think we need to recognize our anxiety as there's so many changes on the planet right now. But it's allowing yourself to say, okay, I'm going to try to stay as bright of a light as I possibly can. Knowing if you're called to this channel, you are definitely a light worker, a starseed, a mystic, a healer. Allowing yourself to say, okay, I'm going to shine as brightly as I can. And that may be a little bit different each and every day, right? Some days you may be tired and say, okay, I got to go take a nap, right? Or I have to go take a walk, right? Allowing yourself to take really good care of yourself at this time, but also recognizing you are a lighthouse. You are a beacon of light for other people, and allowing yourself to shine your light as brightly as you possibly can, and not get caught up in the fray of the chaos on the earth right now, right? And I think that a lot of that means that we have to allow ourselves to be very conscious of what we are consuming on the internet, right? Or TV or whatever. And the people that we're spending time around, okay, knowing we're not here to this is a strong message. We're not here to change anybody's mind. We're here to stand very bright in our light and allow the other people that want to follow in that light, okay, to be a light in this world, but maybe need some guidance, need your guidance, right? It's allowing yourself to stand still and allow them to come to you so that they can also be part of this rising of the light. So you are one of those hot air balloons, right? But you're also attracting other people that want to be in a hot air balloon. Think of it that way. So you're just allowing yourself to stay away from the chaos, the fray, right? It really is. It's hard. It is very hard at this time. All right. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for sharing your bright and loving light on this channel and wherever or however you are sharing it in your daily life. Thank you so much. You are helping to raise the vibration of the earth. Okay, so I'm going to leave the daily reading there, and then we will go ahead and continue into the 30-day challenge if you'd like to join us. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye for now. Well, welcome into day 6 of the challenge. Thank you so much for participating in this. So I did want to mention that yesterday I forgot to remind you to make sure that you're spending that 5 to 10, 15 minutes a day doing some type of activity that you enjoyed as a child, or that's helping you to reconnect to your inner child and hopefully bring up some lovely memories from your childhood. So, and to use the planner, if you downloaded it, I'll have the link in the description box below here, but allow yourself to cross it off or each day or write in the box, you know, what you did that day. It's, you know, it's one of the things that when you start something like that and you have a few days filled in, it may not seem that much, but at the end of the 30 days, you're going to look back on it and it's going to be such a joy to see how much you dedicated to yourself. And that is part of this journey. All right. So the message that we had today, our theme, if you're using the planner, our theme was really resilience, right? It's the energy of shining our light, having the resilience to keep shining our light, even when the rest of the world is kind of going a little chaotic, and kind of keeping faith that your hopes and dreams, 10 of Cups, your hopes and dreams are coming true, and recognizing that it's maybe going to take a little bit of time. And a lot of that is just the astrology, the big movement in the planets this year, but it's not far off. And I think that that is the thing that we have to keep in mind. They're also reminding us that it's time to relax, okay? Not to get caught up in the fray of the chaos on the planet, but also not to be overly concerned, right? That the way you are sharing your loving light with the world is the wrong way, right? Because you may not be getting the attraction in that you are hoping, but to hold up faith, to keep your light bright, right? And also not to be anxious about financially being able to financially support yourself with your gifts and talents. I feel like there is this strong energy that you are going to be able to financially support yourself or create the world that you are wanting to really and truly create. All right, so after the reading, I did a little bit of meditation, and then I pulled a couple of more cards here, and we have the Solitude card. This is the Hermit, and I want to, oh my gosh, I don't believe it. All right, we have the High Priestess and the Hermit. The Hermit's here twice. I didn't see this. It was on the underneath. And right after that is the Four of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. Here comes our King of Wands that has been coming around, and the Two of Cups. I'm telling you, I feel like for a lot of you, there is some type of partner that is coming onto your path, okay? We have the Hermit and the High Priestess. both very much spiritual energy, a spiritual connection. And I feel like the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups, what a beautiful connection there, right? Passion, okay? Passion, and we had the word passion coming out today. It's not just passion, it can be romantic passion, but it's also a passion for what it is that you're wanting to create and how you're wanting to help raise the vibration of the earth. And the Queen of Cups is very intuitive, very much of a loving soul, right? And takes really good care of herself, and therefore has the energy, the time to take care of others in a very loving way. What a powerful message. I am going to say the Four of Wands is twin flame energy. So you could be coming back in contact with your twin, okay? Or just the energy of attracting in somebody where the two of you are going to work together in order, right, to create something, your mission, your soul mission, whatever that may be. It is also the wedding card. I'm going to throw that out there because we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is a lot of times some type of an offer. It can be a job offer that leads to happy family, happy home, financial stability. It can also be a marriage proposal. Okay, so it can be that because we do have the Two of Cups. I feel like for a lot of you, there's either a romantic partner that is also spiritual, that is also part of your mission. If you feel like I think there's another person that I'm supposed to be doing this with. Sometimes we can have that innate feeling, right? Especially with the High Priestess here. It's not just a romantic connection. It is a romantic connection, but you also know, okay, we're coming together. We're bringing our best traits. I don't feel like this person, it's not like a King and Queen of Cups or a King and Queen of Wands. It's really the energy of the two of you are on a similar path. You're meant to be together, but you're bringing in different talents. And when you combine those talents, right, they're showing me the fireworks. Where are the fireworks in this, right? We have passion and then we have the fireworks, right? It's kind of like understanding that it is this energy. I feel like for some of you, you're sitting there by yourself saying, I want the fireworks. Where are the fireworks? I think the fireworks are on the way. And I think that that's why we're getting this strong message of just stay where you are. They're trying to help this other person get to you. I keep getting that message. If it's not a romantic partner, you're not looking for that in your life, then this is the energy of understanding. I feel like this is somebody you're going to either collaborate with or partner with in some way to allow your talents to come together, your innate abilities to come together, your spiritual gifts, or perhaps you are the intuitive and they are the business person, right? Coming together in order to get your message of loving light out into the world. Wow, powerful, powerful energy. All right, so let's think for a minute about some journal activities here that we can do. One of the things is that to recognize first your strengths, okay? What strengths do you have, right? When you're coming into this partnership, what are you, think of it this way, what are you bringing to the table? It's kind of like if you ever go on a job interview, they'll say, oh, well, what are you bringing us, right? It's, and the reason that is sometimes a very difficult question for us to answer is because there's a part of us that has to allow ourselves to recognize just how good we may be at certain things, or perhaps we may have energies around us that feel like we're not good enough, right? You may be, if you have a certain skill or talent, you may in the back of your mind also be thinking, but I'm not as good as blah, 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 that does that, right? It's kind of like allowing yourself. I think there's something here about really putting all the judgments to the side and any guilt or shame to the side around kind of like tooting your own horn, okay? I used to have a principal that used to say that to me, that I didn't toot my own horn. I would just, I'd be doing some amazing things, but I wouldn't ever tell anybody I was doing them. Like she would know because she was the principal. And I think that I'm not saying you have to toot your own horn here, but there is something about recognizing first your loving light, how you are showing up in the world. What are your strengths? What is it that you want to share with the world? Really recognizing there is something. Remember, I said that earlier about kind of like being right now and recognizing what do you have. The magician doesn't run around trying to find new things to create with. The magician works with the tools the magician has. And I think there's something here, especially if you're feeling financially strained at this time, like you want to start a business or expand your business or something like that, right? Or take a side hustle to your primary income. There's a little bit of message of understanding that you have everything that you need at this time. I feel like the biggest part that you can do right now is to sit and list everything you have, your skills, your talents, your resources, people that you know, people that you can network with, right? Reaching out to other people that maybe you don't know, but you think might be interested in working with you, right? This is a little bit of taking stock of what you have at this time that you can work with. You don't need anything. That message is coming through strong. You don't need anything that you don't have at this time. And for some of you, if you're like, no, I have to have a partner, right? I have to wait till this person comes in. That is not true. They're wanting you to take stock of what you have now. Okay. So do that. That is number one for the journal activity. And then the second one was our card for today. I'm trying to find it. Our card for today is, how can you make a difference? Yeah. What can you do to make a difference? So allowing yourself to take a stock of what you already have in place, and then looking, just don't worry about saving the whole world. Just your day-to-day environment, the people that you interact with. What are some of the things that you can do to shine your loving light, to share your gifts and talents, your resources that you already have with other people that you come in contact with? And I'm going to say that can mean simply just a smile and hello, how are you today, right? When you're standing in the grocery store line. And recognizing there are so many people in our society that nobody talks to them, right? When I was a middle school teacher, that was one of the things that really came to light when I was teaching, was that so many middle schoolers said they went through the whole day and nobody said anything to them. It's heartbreaking. Right? It's heartbreaking that no teacher, no adult in the building said hello or recognized, saw them. It's heartbreaking that there were other students in their classes that never paid any attention to them. This is perhaps allowing yourself to say, well, can I just shine my light and say hello, look people in the eye, recognize them, allow them to know that they are being seen, right? In the simplest ways. It doesn't take anything to be kind. It really doesn't. And so perhaps that's what we can practice over the next couple of days, is taking stock first of the resources that we have, and then allowing ourselves to say, how can I share my loving light right where I am in my everyday world, right? While I am waiting for other things to occur. Also, the message I'm getting is that when we're sharing our loving light in those even simplest ways in the grocery store line, right? We are raising our own vibration. We're also raising the vibration of anybody that is even overhearing a conversation we might have with somebody, right? It's kind of like understanding it. You're setting off ripples of loving light out into the world when you take those small acts of kindness. And that's That's what it is. It's about, oh my goodness, they're having me come back to this. You deserve to be seen. I think that you deserve to be seen, but it's also recognizing that in this world, there's so many people that feel like they aren't seen. And perhaps that's one of the differences we can make today, is helping other people to also be seen. Wow, beautiful energy. All right. Okay. And please don't forget to do some activity today to reconnect to your inner child. If you'd love to share what you're doing, I would love to read about it in the comments. I really would. So, please comment. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Much love and light. Bye for now.